I just got in about 20 minutes ago. Now it's completely dark. Uh, the roads were okay until the road that comes in here. And it wasn't too bad until the portion that is not paved. It was a little icy. I felt a little nervous. Everything is a beautiful mess. I'm not planning to clean this weekend. What I'm planning to do is to do those frames, do some of the sanding hopefully, and get it ready for next weekend. Elizabeth and Joe are going to come up as well. And then we'll clean up. They're hoping to come up with the family for New Year's. So obviously it needs to be cleaned up before then. But I want to get the sanding done because now we have all of the plastic out. And I'd rather do it now, get it over with, because that's such a messy job. This area is coming along slowly but surely. But this is what I'm going to be living with for today, tonight, and tomorrow, likely. If I can do the sanding, if I can finish it, I'll remove the plastic and then we just have to clean, and paint. But I still have to do the plastering behind this credenza here, so I have to pull it forward. And so I will do that first before I start sanding so that it dries while I sand the stuff. If I have time tonight, I will, because believe it or not, it's, oh, the clock is not here. Don't know, it's 5:30 and it's pitch black outside. So I may have time to do it. It doesn't take long to do the plastering. I'm just gonna have to gauge. It would be amazing if I could get the sanding done this weekend. Like absolutely amazing. Because I can clean up, remove the plastic, clean up all of that drywall stuff. And then next week, Elizabeth and I are planning to come up a few hours beforehand so we can get it cleaned. And then I'd love to do at least first coat on here. The trim is already pre-painted, so it's just, I want a little bit of a gloss to it, a semi-gloss finish. So it will just be putting one coat on the trim. I believe that should be enough. But at the top, it'll need 2 coats, possibly 3. It is going to be a darker color, so it may not. But if we can get the trim up, at least around the doors and on this area here, then I can get it finished. If we can get this area here too, I can actually get the coffee bar set up as well, which would be amazing. And then after this is painted, the next step is the floor. If we can do that over the winter, oh my goodness. But I have to wait until I see some really good sales on laminate. So I'm gonna have a coffee and I am going to have my my dinner, and then I'm gonna look at these options. Just wanted to show you, got this done here. There's a little bit of a wow there because that's, I believe, 1/2 inch and this is 3/4 inch drywall. There's a differential not only here, but on that side over there where there's that green tape. But as you can see, it's still a little bit wet in some areas. And I ended up doing that up there all the way along to there. So yeah, I didn't want to go back up there. I don't feel comfortable. So I did it in bare feet this time. But still, it's not safe for me. So that was one of the things that I wanted to do tonight. So check. The other thing is to do the scoring there, which is not going to take long. But I'm going to wait a little bit to allow for that to dry. This here, I've been avoiding it. This is like the fire pit area, but I'm going to get to it. I have no choice. I want to get this done today, because if it's done today, when we come next week, whatever other sanding needs to be done, or if there's any patching that we have to do, then we can do that, get this place cleaned up, and maybe I would love if we could start with a little bit of the painting. Like even in this area here, we can do it. You know, even if it's just the blue up above, just marking off the area and work on the trim. So I believe that's toenailed and that's toenailed. So I'm gonna need Joe to remove it. Good morning, everyone. Very different than it was the last time I was here. As you can see, this here is where the water line is underneath all the sand and wood chips and soil, etc., etc. You can actually see it just past that stump over there. But oh my goodness, very different. So all the snow is off that canopy, so I'm going to try to pull it in. I hope I can. The handle is over there, it's just a matter of reaching it. So there's still this frozen stuff here, and it's quite slippery. So I don't know if I'm going to go down this way. The stairs aren't bad, but there's a lot of snow on the bottom. I want to check part of the heat pump outside that, or down below. It doesn't seem to be defrosting, so it's not kicking in. I can hear it revving, but it's not going into defrost mode. Is this ice over here? Okay, it's clear. Oh, oh, oh. So I want to check it and make sure that there's no ice built up around it. Nope. Seems to be working okay. I don't know what the issue is. So I called the tech and told them. So I don't know what the next step is, but I'm concerned that it's not defrosting, because I think that's a feature that needs to be operational. And before he came, I felt that it was working too much, the defrosting. So it looks like the little vole built even. So I think these are all entry points there, There, so many there. So I think he's moved away from this area here, and he's built a little tunnel underneath the boat over there. So very cute. We're coming back next week. It's also going to be above 0 degrees. Well, it's nothing like through all of this, having weeds come through. So they took the gutter out of here, and he said he couldn't get it back in. So I'm gonna try. No, I don't know if I can. I got it in. So the eaves are all shot. There's water running down here. Haven't heard back from the roof guy. So frustrating. Is this? It's fine. So this one is working. Is this full? It's full. I guess what's in the hose probably froze, and it's not allowing it to go through. I didn't want it to do that. But at least it's away from the cottage. Yeah, I think it's full because the water was coming out the spigot at the top. So I've dealt with this down here. I'm gonna go around this way because there's a big pile of snow over there. I don't want it in my boots. Let's clear over here. So I don't know if you recall, but very different. Than from the last time I was here with all the fluffy snow. that I got it in. What a relief. Oh, I'm so glad I got that awning in. Wow. So it's just, I pulled it in enough that it's just under the eaves. So I'm going to try the sanding, and if that doesn't go anywhere, I'm going to pack it up and go. My concern is when I put the trim, you're going to be able to see a little bit. There'll be a gap, which we're going to have to fill, and that gap could possibly be 1/8 of an inch. The plastic keeps falling off. I'm just so sick of the plastic. My tripod isn't cooperating, so it fell downstairs and I tried to prop up the camera and it just wasn't working. So I'm just gonna show you what I've been doing. So I have been sanding this up to here. There's a couple of spots there, and there that I have to do. I don't know that I'm gonna do it today, but yeah, so I did it all the way around up until here. So I just have that stretch to do. I'm still within my time frame. I think I'm going to be finished just in time to leave. I want to be on the road by 3. I've got 15 minutes to do this and then pack up and go. Anyway, I'll be so happy to get it done to there, and then we just have to focus on this next weekend. I'm gonna get going and finish that off, and then I'll show you after I'm done. And here we are. So I'm done, 20 minutes behind. I just have to pack and go, and that's it. I wanted to put another coat here, but I don't know that I will. Looks pretty bad. I don't know that I want to. I think I will. Because if it's not dry by next weekend, then we can't sand it. 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna go because I'm not gonna be until 5:20, if all goes well.